told you that the entire finals picture could be thrown into chaos, all because one of the NRL's most experienced playmakers has gone down at the worst possible moment. Yes, Adam Reynolds, the heartbeat of the Broncos, has just suffered a brutal injury setback ahead of round 26, and the ripple effects could reshape the destiny of the premiership. Before we dive deep into this late mail bombshell, don't forget, if you live and breathe rugby league, this is Aussie NRL Updates, your #1 source for all the drama, stories, and breaking news shaking up the NRL. Stick with me, because this story only gets crazier. Now, let's rewind the tape. The Broncos, flying high this season, were already eyeing a strong finals run. Adam Reynolds, captain, halfback, and one of the sharpest game managers in the competition, was expected to be the steady hand guiding them into September. But out of nowhere, the whispers began. Training mishap. A tweak. Then it escalated. Confirmation that Reynolds is carrying a fresh injury concern just days before round 26. At first, it sounded like a niggle. Something minor. But those who know rugby league know this: when late mail drops this close to finals, it's never just a niggle. Here's where it gets wild. Reports suggest Reynolds may have aggravated an existing issue, possibly his calf or hamstring, the exact detail shrouded in that classic NRL cloak and dagger secrecy. But the timing couldn't be worse. The Broncos were already juggling form slumps, a heavy injury toll elsewhere in the squad, and the psychological pressure of finally breaking their premiership drought. And suddenly, their general, the man who controls the kicking game, dictates the tempo, and calms the storm, is in doubt. Round 26 isn't just another round. It's the stage where contenders sharpen their swords and pretenders get exposed. For Brisbane, this round was supposed to be a tune-up. A statement. The chance to silence critics and roar into September with momentum. Instead, all eyes are now on whether Reynolds laces the boots at all. Because here's the harsh truth: without him, the Broncos are a completely different side. Yes, they've got strike power, Reece Walsh, Tony Staggs, Payne Haas, but none of them replace Reynolds' leadership in the crunch moments. No one else steers the ship with the same precision. And if the Broncos are forced to throw a makeshift halfback into the deep end against a hardened opponent, finals football could unravel before it even begins. But wait, it gets even more dramatic. Sources close to the Broncos camp are split. Some believe Reynolds will push through and play, gambling on short-term pain for long-term glory. Others whisper that the medical staff won't clear him, too risky, too close to a catastrophic re-injury. And here's the kicker. If Reynolds doesn't line up in round 26, the Broncos' entire finals campaign might hinge on one decision made in a medical room. Will he play through the pain and risk it all? Or sit out and watch the season slip away? Stick with me, because what's coming next will blow your mind. So, let's talk impact. If Reynolds is ruled out, who steps up? Ezra Mam is electric, sure, but he's a running 5/8, not a game manager. Jock Madden has been solid in cameo roles, but can he really handle the pressure of guiding a premiership contender against top-4 opposition? Without Reynolds, the Broncos' kicking game takes a massive hit. Territory battles become harder, last tackle options more predictable. And defensively, his experience in organizing the line is underrated. We've seen it before, teams losing their playmaking general right before finals almost never recover. But here's the twist: sometimes, out of crisis, a new hero emerges. Could this be the chance for someone like Mam or Madden to step out of Reynolds' shadow and become a finals legend in their own right? Think about Reynolds himself. This isn't just another player going down. This is a man who left South Sydney, his boyhood club, on the promise of bringing glory back to Brisbane. A veteran who knows his premiership window is closing. Every game counts. Every run onto the field could be his last shot at immortality. And now, at the business end of the season, fate throws him this cruel twist. You can almost imagine Reynolds sitting in the sheds, strapping on the boots, testing that calf or hamstring with short sprints, knowing millions are waiting to see if he leads his men into battle. That's not just sport. That's theatre. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. Reynolds' setback doesn't just affect the Broncos. It shakes the entire NRL ladder. Rival clubs are circling, finals matchups could flip, and coaches are already redrawing their strategies. In Part 2, we'll break down exactly how this injury bombshell could reshape round 26 and the finals picture. From the Panthers' chase for dominance, to the Warriors' fairy tale run, to the Raiders' desperate push for survival. Don't go anywhere. Because this late mail might just be the story that defines the 2025 NRL season. Welcome back to Aussie NRL Updates. If you thought Reynolds' injury setback was just a Broncos problem, think again. The dominoes are already falling, and the consequences could rewrite everything we thought we knew about round 26 and beyond. Let's start with the top of the table. The Panthers, chasing yet another minor premiership, now see an opening. A weakened Broncos outfit could stumble, gifting Penrith the advantage. Then there's the Warriors, riding the wave of a fairy tale season. Imagine the boost to their confidence if they knock over a Reynolds-less Brisbane. Suddenly, they're not just contenders, they're believers. And what about the Raiders and Sharks, clawing for survival in the 8? Every upset result in round 26 reshapes their destiny. So Reynolds' injury isn't just a personal setback, it's a seismic shock that could tilt the finals field entirely. Behind closed doors, rival coaches are already salivating. Ivan Cleary? He knows a Reynolds-less Broncos are easier prey. Craig Bellamy? He's been here before, ready to exploit any weakness. And let's not forget South Sydney, the club Reynolds once called home. Imagine the irony if his injury paves the way for the Rabbitohs to sneak into the finals. This is rugby league at its cruel, chaotic best. Finals footy isn't just about talent. It's about belief, momentum, timing. Think back to other injury sagas, Cooper Cronk playing the 2018 Grand Final with one arm. Jonathan Thurston battling through pain to deliver the Cowboys' first premiership. Could Reynolds be about to write his own chapter in that book? Strapping himself up, hobbling onto the field, and delivering one last masterclass in courage? Or will the gamble backfire, ending the Broncos' dream before it even begins? That's the beauty of this moment, we don't know. And the not knowing is what makes round 26 unmissable. So, let's break down the Broncos' round 26 clash. If Reynolds plays, expect Brisbane to stick to their structured game plan. Short kicks behind the line, repeat sets, Walsh unleashed on the edges. If Reynolds doesn't play, chaos. Expect Walsh to overplay his hand, man to take on more responsibility, and opponents to target the Broncos' last tackle options. It's a tactical nightmare for Kevin Walters. Does he risk his captain now, knowing it could cost him later? Or play safe and hope his troops can carry the load? And the fans? They are restless. Social media is already on fire. Some calling for Reynolds to rest, others demanding he fight through the pain. The debate is split right down the middle. But one thing's for sure, when late mail like this drops, the whole rugby league world tunes in. So here's my question to you, what would you do if you were Kevin Walters? Gamble it all on Reynolds' body, or trust the next generation to step up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this conversation is just getting started. Round 26 is now a battlefield. Adam Reynolds' injury setback has turned the finals race upside down, the Broncos' fate hanging by a thread, and rivals circling like sharks. Whatever happens, one thing is clear, this will be the storyline we remember when we look back at the 2025 NRL season. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve, don't miss a beat with us right here at Aussie NRL Updates. Subscribe, join the community, and buckle up, because finals footy is about to explode. I'll catch you in the next video, but until then, stay passionate, stay loud, and stay with Aussie NRL Updates.